What is up, y'all? So today we're going to be discussing spirituality. I want to talk to y'all about some things that I learned on my spiritual journey. On my journey for about 3 years now, and I just wanted to talk to y'all about some stuff that I learned. So first things first, I would like to explain to y'all that for me, this is me. This is my spiritual journey. This is my experience. I'm talking about my experience. If I'm looking down, it's because I'm reading my notes. Spirituality, to me, spirituality is the journey of finding yourself and learning to love yourself through all aspects, through your trauma, learning to love yourself through like pain and hardship, learning to love yourself in the good times, learning to love yourself when you're sad, learning to love yourself when you're happy, loving yourself when you're angry, loving yourself when you're in the wrong, loving yourself in all aspects. So as a result of you learning to love yourself, you learn how to love the world, you learn how to love other people as well, because everybody that you encounter is a reflection of you in some aspect, some way. For me, on that journey, I've learned a lot about myself and a lot about the world, and I wanted to just share some of the stuff that I learned with y'all. For me, this journey of spirituality has been remarkable simply because I learned how connected I am to God, and in that I learned that God is everywhere. God is all around. God is within us. God is, this little piece of paper right here, being able to print a piece of paper out, that's just God right there, because not everybody got a printer. I got a printer. You feel me? Like, it's just like little stuff like that. So being able to find the godness, the lightness, the love in everything, that's what I feel like spirituality is. This video about spirituality and my journey of spirituality, because spirituality is a lifetime journey. It's not like, oh, I'm spiritual today and then I'm not spiritual tomorrow. Like, you gonna forever be spiritual. Every person is spiritual, but it's just actually tuning into like your spirit, if that makes sense. I don't know. One of the first things that I learned on my spiritual journey is that it is okay to feel. It's okay to feel. It is okay to feel. Like, society makes us think that we have to, hide or shy away from our emotions, shy away from, our experience. And when we don't feel the things that we're experiencing, whether it's hardship, whether it's sadness, whether it's happiness, like, by not feeling, you are numbing your experience. Like, personally, I can attest to that simply because when for so long growing up until me coming to school, I was numb, and I didn't even know it. Like, I was just going throughout life numb, not knowing nothing, not feeling nothing. It just was like, I'm just living, honestly. And then when I came to school and I started to learn a lot more and understand, and I'm away from my family, it's like, all right, I actually have time for myself. I actually have time for, tuning in with who I am and understanding who I am. Like, it's crazy how much time went by of me being numb. It's just so crazy to me to think back, and then it's like, now I feel so deeply, but it's like, I said it in a former video, I'm happy, I'm so grateful for being able to feel the things that I'm feeling now, simply because I wasn't able to feel these things before. So it's like, yeah, I'm grateful for that. The second thing that I learned was that you have to set boundaries. Boundaries for yourself, boundaries for your friends, boundaries for your family. You have to set boundaries. Like, if you don't set boundaries, then the foundation is gonna crumble. I don't know, boundaries is the foundation of a lot of things. Boundaries is the foundation of respect, honestly. So if you don't have boundaries for yourself, you're not gonna respect yourself. If you don't have boundaries for your friends aren't gonna respect you. If you don't have boundaries, respect is non-existent, because if someone disrespects your boundaries, they're disrespecting you. Set boundaries. Setting boundaries is how you will learn how to respect yourself and others. But once you learn how to respect yourself, oh baby, That's like opening a can of infinite possibilities is what setting boundaries is, and learning how to respect yourself open, simply because you start to realize a lot of stuff in your eyes and brain and mind and perspective open to a lot of things that you never really realized are going on. Honestly, once you learn how to set boundaries with yourself, you learn how to respect yourself better. You learn how to, I don't know, and within like learning how to do all those things for yourself, it's going to start to show in your outer world, simply because you won't let certain people do certain things to you anymore. You won't you don't want to put yourself in certain spaces anymore, because you respect yourself and you respect the things and the goals and the morals and stuff that you have for yourself. You won't like it's just so much that comes with setting boundaries. Like setting boundaries is like a trickle effect. Like setting boundaries and learning how to respect yourself is like a trickle effect. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's like it trickles down into all other aspects of your life. So yeah, that's 2. The third thing that I learned is learn how to say no. Learn how to say no. Learn how to say no. I'm gonna say this one more time. Learn how to say no. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you don't like, I don't know, it's like no is a complete sentence within itself. Like you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to, none of that. You don't gotta do none of that. Like if you don't want to do it, say no. If you don't got the money to do it, say no. If you don't want to be in a certain type of energy, say no. If it's maybe, just say no. Like I'ma just, most of the time when it's a maybe, if you gotta say, if it ain't no automatic, oh yes, I want to do that, and it's a maybe, just say no. Like if you truly deep down don't want to do it, just say no. Like not that hard. Like it's not that hard. It's not that hard. Just say no. Thinking about it too much. Like, do I really want to do it? If you gotta really, truly, deeply ask yourself if you really want to do it, you don't want to do it. So just say no. Like, it sounds so harsh, but I'm so for real. Like, cause in a lot of the times, we say yes because we are scared of FOMO. Like we have FOMO, fear of missing out on things that's going on. I don't really have FOMO anymore, simply because I don't know, I've learned to enjoy my own company so much now. It's like I used to love it so much, so it's like now that I am having that time to be like alone with myself more, it's like I prefer it, honestly. Number 4 is do things for you. Do things for yourself. Do things for yourself, simply because if you're not doing it for you, who you doing it for? And if you're not doing it for you, who's doing it for you? Who's doing anything for you? Me, learning to do things for myself, I have interests different from the people who I'm surrounding myself with. Like I'm a very artsy person. I like to do like painting, reading, writing. I like going to like poetry stuff. I just like artsy things, and I just like wholesome things. But a lot of the things that I would want to do, like I would ask like people to do with me, and they wouldn't want to do it with me. So it's like I would just not do it because no one wants to do it with me. But it's like you can do it by yourself, Bob. Like it's okay. You can go out and go to the library and read books, or you could go sit out in the park and just be like, you could do stuff like that by yourself. You don't have to have like people to do it with you, because it's better to have your own company than have people who don't really want to be in your company. It's just there to say that they're there for you when they're not really there for you. They're just doing it because they feel like it's a chore. It's better to do it for yourself and have good energy than to like just not do it. It's okay to learn how to have fun with yourself. Like I used to do that as a kid, simply because I was the oldest and I was always like reserved. So it's like I always, like all my life, I would do things by myself. So it's like when I did begin to have like friends and stuff, it's like I was relying on my friends to do stuff with me, or I was relying on my friends to have fun with me. But in reality, it's okay to do it by yourself. Like it's okay to not have to always do something with people, because yeah, that's just It's okay. So the next thing is release control. Release control. Whatever you do not have physical control over, don't worry about it. Release it. Like, you do what you can do, and whatever you can't do, don't worry about it. I say this to say, as humans, we tend to try to control things outside of ourselves, but then we realize, like, only things we can control is ourselves and the actions that we take and the things that we physically do. Like the things that we physically can do and physically can control, that's the only thing we need to worry about controlling. Like, we can't control if it's gonna rain tomorrow. What we can control, what we can do is get a raincoat and bring an umbrella. Like, at the end of the day, whatever goes on outside of us, we have no control over. We just have to adapt and try to, you know, do the best we can with what we got, pretty much. So yeah, that's something I truly had to learn, and I'm still learning, honestly. Is control. Only thing we got control over is what we got control over. Like, everything outside of you is not in your control. God got it. Like, that's all on God. Everything else, do what you need to do. Okay. And then the last thing is to be present. Be present in the moment. Be right here, like right now. I said this kind of go with the last one because when you release control, you are more present. You are more centered in who you are. You are more centered in what's going on in your day-to-day life. And you can control the things that are in your control a lot better when you are present in the moment. When you're not present, you are anxious, and you're anxious about what's going to happen or what could happen or what may happen, versus being present and being here. We are so conditioned to think that we cannot, like, we have to be focused on the next thing, or we have to be thinking hard and deep on the last thing that happened to us or the last thing that we've been going through, and that's not a good way to, like, live, honestly. Like, can you really say you living if you always thinking about the past or thinking about something that might happen or can happen or gonna happen? You always thinking and worrying about things that you cannot control. That shit is not good for you, not good for your mental, not good for your spiritual, not good for any parts of you, for real, because then that cause other stuff like stress. Stress is the biggest thing that it's gonna cause. Like, stress isn't just like, oh, I'm stressed out. No, stress is anxiety, stress is depression, stress is eating disorder, stress is so many other different things that can be avoided if we just be in the present moment. I'm saying this like it's so easy to be in the present moment, but it's not. It's not easy to be in the present moment at all. Like I said, I'm still learning and trying to learn a lot of these things, but being present in the moment can relinquish a lot of things that you feel like is weighing heavy on you. Personally, I can, like, attest to this simply because, like, a lot of shit that I, like, be going through, I be trying so hard to, like, control it and, like, make it better than what it is. But it's like, all right, I gotta, what I can do, whatever I can't control doing, I just pray about it, and then majority of the time it works out in crazy ways that I never would expect for it to work. But it does. Inevitably, it does work out at the end of the day, because we're never going to be in the same situation forever. Yeah, those are the main things that I learned. It's okay to feel. Please feel. Do not take away from feeling, because you need to feel. We are human. We are designed to feel. So don't try to shy away from it, because it's a part of you. You are human, and you are supposed to feel. Emotions, you're supposed to feel. Touch, you're supposed to feel. The rain on your skin, you're supposed to feel all of it. So feel it. Like, don't try to, just because it's an uncomfortable feeling, don't try to ignore the feeling because it's uncomfortable. Feel it. It don't matter if it hurt or not. It don't matter. It's gonna hurt. If it don't hurt, you ain't gonna heal from it. You gotta feel it, all of it. For 2, set boundaries. Don't forget to set boundaries. Please set boundaries, because if you don't set boundaries, you look crazy. You're gonna look fucking dumb. You're gonna look dumb if you don't set boundaries, because then it's like you don't respect yourself and nobody else do either. So set boundaries. It's okay to say no. Remember that. Do things for yourself. Release control and be present. those are my 6 things that I learned on my spiritual journey. So yeah, hope y'all like the video. Please comment and subscribe and like it too. And I love y'all. Be safe, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.